The training objectives for this video are forms, the form header and the controls within the header, field status indicators, reference fields, and using watch list. A form is used to create, view, and modify records. To identify which form you are currently viewing, look at the far left side of the title bar at the top of the form. To move back to a prior list or form, click on the Back button to the far left on the title bar. A field represents an individual item of data on a record. Users can view and modify data on a form using fields. There are many different field types in ServiceNow. Text boxes, drop-down list, reference fields, which reference records in another table, and date-time fields. The fields are organized in sections, which can either appear in a tabbed or non-tabbed format. There is an option in the Global Settings gear icon on the top right of the screen that toggles the tab view on and off. This is the view of tabbed forms off. As you can see, everything is expanded. And this is the view with tabbed forms on. You'll notice that everything is compressed in a tabbed format. There may be related links that perform defined actions depending on the type of form. For example, on a Save Change Request form, you may be able to view the workflow associated with the change by clicking on the Show Workflow related link. This displays the workflow associated with the current change record. Related lists are typically at the bottom of the form, and related lists are records and other tables that have a relationship to the current record. For example, the Approvers Related List displays a list view of all approvers for the current change request record. At the top of each form is the form header. The form header displays the title of the form and provides various controls. The options presented on the form header vary with the form lifecycle. The following controls will be visible on the form header for a new case record. Back button navigates back to the previously viewed list or form. Form context menu displays the following additional form options. Save saves the form to the database while remaining on the current form view. Please note, you will need to complete all mandatory fields on the case record before you can save the form. Fields with a red asterisk to the left of the field name indicates a mandatory field. Export exports the form in PDF format, either portrait or landscape. Create favorite creates a favorite link at the current form that can be easily accessible from the Favorites menu in the Application Navigator. And under the Favorites menu, we have our newly created favorite. Copy URL copies the URL of the current form to the clipboard. This option is helpful for pasting the URL into an email or into an IM session. And Reload Form refreshes the form view. The Attachments icon provides the ability to attach additional documentation to the case. Personalized form icon opens the form personalization menu, which allows you to add or remove non-mandatory fields. For example, if we wanted to hide the number field, we would simply uncheck number, and the number field would disappear from the case form. To re-add the field, check the number field. You'll notice that anything that's marked as a mandatory field, such as short description customer visible, is uncheckable. The More Options icon displays the following options. Toggle Template bar opens a bar at the bottom of the form and lists the available templates. And Toggle Annotations on and off displays any on-form annotations. Annotations are messages that may display at the top of the form. This option will be visible primarily on save records. Submit adds the record to the database and redirects to the previously viewed page or list. Save saves changes to the record and remains in the current form view. And First Call Resolved allows agents to log the case as a first call resolution, which means the agent properly addressed the customer's need the first time they called, eliminating the need for the customer to follow up with a second call to the service desk. Indicators are used on some fields to denote a special field type. A field status indicator is a colored asterisk that may appear to the left of mandatory fields. Field status indicators change colors to represent different states of mandatory fields. A red asterisk to the left of a field indicates a mandatory field that must be completed before you can save or submit a form. If you notice, clicking on Submit will get a warning message that indicates that the following mandatory fields must be completed. Fields with a gray asterisk are mandatory fields that have a populated value. Anytime you see a tab with a black asterisk, that indicates that this tab contains a mandatory field that must be completed before you can save or submit the form. A reference field stores a reference to a field on another table. For example, the contact field on the case form is a reference to the contacts table. There are two methods you can use to enter a value into a reference field. Click on the magnifying glass icon to perform an advanced list search. You can click on the funnel icon to filter the list, or you can click on the column names to sort the contents of the list. The second method of entering a value into a reference field is if you know the value, you can type it into the field. If the value is in the associated table, the values will be displayed and will be auto-filled once you move away from the field. If the value is not in the field, the field will be highlighted red to indicate an invalid value. Please note, you will not be able to save or submit a form if an invalid value has been entered in a field. Once a value is entered in the reference field, an information icon will appear to the right of the field value. Hovering the mouse over this icon will display additional record information for the user specified in the contact field. If you navigate away from the pop-up window will disappear. To keep the pop-up window in place, hover the mouse over the information icon and click the Shift button. You'll notice that the pop-up window is now a free-flowing window. To close the pop-up, click on the X icon in the top right-hand corner of the pop-up form. Watch lists allow multiple users to receive notifications when either the work notes or additional comments fields are updated. The watch list will provide updates to users based on changes made to the additional comments customer visible field, and the work notes list will provide updates to users based on changes made to the work notes field. The work notes field is a field that will be used by the service desk to log the steps used to work a case or an incident. Click the lock icon next to a watch list field to expand the watch list. From the expanded view, the following functions can be performed using the following icons. The Add Me icon adds a current logged-in user to the list. Clicking on this value, additional options become visible. Remove selected item removes the selected value from the list. To remove the value, select the item in the list and click on X. The Information icon provides hover over information about the selected value from the list. The Lock icon closes the expanded view. And the Magnifying Glass icon displays a list of available users in the system. To close the watch list, click on the lock icon. Each time the additional comments customer visible field is updated, the user specified in the watch list will receive a notification containing the contents of the field.